Yes, folks, hello, welcome once again to Mod Extra Games and Collectibles. I'm Chris, this is my channel, and it is an absolute pleasure to have you with me here today, especially because it's my latest installment of
Listen to your friend Chris,
in which I invite you to listen to me, your friend Chris, talk about his life and times as an adult collector and just share some commentary on some bits and bobs across the adult collecting world that has caught my eye this week. So, I'm just going to churn on about some news, in mostly action figures, I think it is this week. Yeah, in the world of action figures, and invite you to then join me in the comments down below and share your thoughts on the things that have caught my eye this particular week. So stick around for 6 seconds. I'm going to do a little title card thing, and then we'll get into it. Oh, bless you. You stuck around. You did the 6-second title card thing and you're still here. I'm very, very grateful to you for that. And if you're new around these parts, just to bring you into the loop, listen to your friend Chris. My little kind of weekly news roundup is very straightforward. I just gather things up on my iPad, my little whiteboard here on the iPad, stuff that's caught my eye, new release and pre-order announcements, stuff of that nature. And then at some point in the week, I sit down and I share the screen and I walk through those things and talk about them. Simple as that. Because as we all very well know, the internet, particularly YouTube, is, well, there's a dearth, there's a shortage of middle-class white dudes from England filming themselves, sharing opinions. So I thought I'd better, step up and fill that void. Anyway, it's all action figure stuff this week that's caught my eye. If you're a regular around these parts, then you'll notice you may. I mean, I doubt anyone's been sitting around waiting, like, oh, when's Chris going to do his update? But you'll notice this is a bit later in the week than usual. I got hit by a victim of the post-Christmas, kids have gone back to school, gathered up all the school-related disease and lurg, brought it home to the family, and then knocked me out. So I was a little under the weather midweek when I normally record. Not that anybody really cares. That's like, you're so with the weeds, Chris. Get on with it. So I will get on with it. Let's talk about something. Where shall I start today? Right, let's find something on my whiteboard for us to take a look at. Right, okay, let's kick off with McFarlane Toys. Toddy Boy is relentless, isn't he? He's just non-stop, this fella. Just pre-order new release announcement, bam, 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 bam. Just non-stop. And this is just a small handful, a very small selection of the broad range of stuff McFarlane Toys has released or announced for release. This is all DC Multiverse stuff. That's all I really pay attention to. I'm not a 40k collector or a Spawn guy or anything. Although, in that world of relentless Todd McFarlane new release announcements, there's been stuff in that space too. And again, the regulars out there will know I'm a little bit frustrated, a little bit salty with Todd McFarlane at the moment. I've got some frustrations around the line of supply of products into Europe and UK. We're having trouble getting hold of some kind of main character gold label figures. When they do come in, they're coming in very short numbers, very small numbers, and it's just wildly frustrating, and I just feel like we're being neglected over here a little bit. However, that doesn't stop me from keeping a little bit of an eye on what's going on in the world of DC Multiverse, because I'm a big DC fanboy. And there was a couple that caught my eye. There's some new movie figures on the horizon. There's a Batfleck, which I'm not so much into, but this one definitely caught my eye. The Catwoman from the third movie in the Nolan, Dark Knight Rises? Yeah, Dark Knight Rises. Is it Dark Knight Rises? I've totally forgotten the name of the third Nolan film. Just going to IMDb this. It is The Dark Knight Rises. I was right. I've just checked on IMDb. Jeez, man. Sometimes my brain. Anyway, really into this. I picked up the Build-A-Figure wave with the Tom Hardy's Bane and the Christian Bale and the Cillian Murphy Scarecrow and the Heath Ledger Joker. It was a nice wave. I like... you get a lot of value for the price you pay for McFarlane Toys, or you did. That's another debate for another day. But so this caught my eye. I'm not really so much into the Bat Cycle, but I did see some leaked photos knocking around that the Catwoman figure herself will be available as a single release. So I think this might be one I'll pick up. Just really keeping an eye on and weighing up the likelihood that it'll come over and get here in the UK. I'm still sitting on McFarlane pre-orders that I've been waiting a long time for now. But so there was that. And then to further expand that line, there was a Christian Bale Batman figure. This is from that big, would you call it a skydive scene? Where he leaps from building to go kidnap that dude that they need for some evidence in the second movie. And so he's got that sort of pump action cable gun, and then he gets scooped up. Anyway, based on that design, I'll probably skip this one. I'm happy to just have the core Christian Bale Batman, but I know there's folks out there who are really excited by the film-related DC Multiverse releases from McFarlane Toys. And then finally, the other one that caught my eye was, this was just earlier today, in fact, there's been a Cassandra Cain Batwoman announced, or Batgirl announced, which I think is really exciting. Classic look costume, or at least in terms of what we can see there, which is lovely with the stitched up mask and the kind of leather Batgirl outfit that she wears in the comic books. Cassandra Cain, great character, with loads of depth and layers and wonderful storylines. This is eye-catching to some because of the soft goods cape that appears to be in the picture there as well. I know some folks are really into soft goods and excited that McFarlane is straying into that space now with some soft goods on a new Superman that they've announced recently, although that's the one that's tied up in the Crisis on Infinite Earth wave price scandal, isn't it? But this one appears to have soft goods too, which some folks will, I'm sure, be very interested in. I'm just a little bit concerned. I'm waiting until we see a bit more about this one because I was disappointed by my Tim Drake Robin. That scale-wise, just classic Todd, just all over the place with the scale, and he was taller than my Batman, which means I'm not displaying him a great deal. So I'm just waiting to see how this one pans out. But a great popular character. Nice to see the Bat family being fleshed out in a more substantive way with classic look uniforms rather than wild and wonderful. What was it? They've just done a Batman with like a Jokerized Batman. It just looks balmy. Totally out there. Not for me. I know it's for some people, but not for me. And a glow-in-the-dark parallax, Hal Jordan parallax, which I was like, what? Anyway, the gimmicky ones are not so good, but when they come out with a nice classic-look movie character like that, or they come out with a nice comic book uniform, classic comic book uniform character, or close to a classic comic book uniform character, then it definitely turns my head, despite my salty frustrations with McFarlane Toys at the moment. So there you go. If there's any multiverse folks out there, DC Multiverse folks out there, maybe a couple of them will catch your eye. There's more besides that he's recently announced, but those are just the ones that I fancy. All right, what else? Let's go over here. Let's have a look at the Skeletron stuff. So some folks may or may not be familiar with Skeletron, but they are producing a range of 4-inch figures in this kind of Skeletron Red Shadow IP thing that they've set up, which is obviously very heavily inspired by the Action Force, the classic Action Force look and feel, characters from there. And they're doing a 6-inch line. They've got the massive Robo-Skull spaceship. If you've not seen pictures of that, I should have put a picture of that on here. Never mind. But if you've not seen pictures of that, that looks really impressive. And I noticed out and about a few folks had been cheering and getting really excited and happy because their 4-inch figure pre-orders are now shipping, as you can see here from Skeletron's own Instagram post. And they really are truly great-looking figures. This one, look at that one. Look at that one. Doesn't it look great? Just lovely, really detailed. I'm not much of a 4-inch collector. I'm more of a 6-inch collector. But the 6-inch line with the same characters looks great too. I've got an example of their Wolf Trooper here, which looks really exciting. All on a kind of crowdfunded pre-order system at the moment, but they're right now, I believe the 6-inch line is listed for shipping in spring this year, but the 4-inch line has now started to drop too. So, yeah, I don't know really why I'm bringing that up, just that they're a company that caught my eye. I think they do nice stuff. I like the look of what they're doing. I like the vibe of what they're doing. The sculptor, one of the sculptors is... what's his face? Who used to be in the G.I. Joe Classified series team. Oh, man, what is going on with me today? I've got a terrible head. Back to the phone again. Corey Cantaloupe. Cantaloupe. Yeah, so good pedigree, obviously, great reputation. Corey was available on the job market after the first wave of Hasbro layoffs. So yeah, good pedigree. The main problem is, or where I'm at, is despite that FOMO, I just can't see myself picking them up. So after seeing the news about the 4-inch figures going out and people's photos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want a piece of that action. And then I went and had a look at the 6-inch figures again, and I was like, oh, I do like that wolf trooper. I really can see myself having a great deal of man-child enjoyment with that one. I started to run through a transaction only to be faced with tax and shipping fees doubling the cost of the figure again, which I know better. I know better. I should stop doing this. And while it looks like it's a great $35 figure, it's not a near $65 figure, so I ducked out there at that point. However, I think they're a wonderful company. I like what they're doing. I really love their attitude and approach, and obviously a great pedigree in terms of sculpting quality and stuff. Oh, what's going on with my picture? There you go. Come on, whiteboard, catch up. There we go. Got it sorted out. I just noticed my iPad was attached to the wrong router. Should have been attached to the extender. Again, little insights into the life and times of Chris at Mod Extra Games Collectibles Towers that you neither need nor want nor care about. But in any case, if you're in North America, I think you should go and have a quick look, check them out. I'll make sure the link is in the description down below to go see their website, because I think they've got some good stuff to offer, and they've got, great reputation, good people working for them. So, there you go, Skeletron. All right, folks, I'm going to hop across this side now, because while I'm talking about Skeletron, I think it'd be appropriate to move on to Hiya Toys, because even though after just saying I'm not a 4-inch figure collector, companies like Skeletron, Hiya Toys that are up on screen right now, their G.I. Joe 1/18th range, Fresh Monkey Fiction with their Eagle 4 stuff, they're doing their absolute level best to convince me that I should be picking up some 4-inch stuff, and this is all Hiya Toys announcements, figures from their 1/18th G.I. Joe scale that have been cropping up over the last week and a half or so, but possibly a bit longer. I think maybe I missed them when I prepared myself for last week's instalment of Listen to your friend Chris. So here we are. But yeah, these are looking great, aren't they? I mean, absolutely fantastic. Look at that Cobra Trooper. The amount of sculpting detail and articulation in what is a much smaller figure, obviously, 2 inches smaller than a 6-inch figure. But these look wonderful, really interesting. There's the gung ho. Look at the sculpt on that guy for a little 4-inch figure. Got the Zartan there. Just really, really outstanding stuff. Really great products that they're advertising and put out there. The Spirit again just looks amazing. Really always turning my head. I'm a big G.I. Joe Classified Series guy. You folks know that. That's probably why most of you pay any attention to my channel at all. But the Hiya Toys stuff is, it's just increasingly tempting day by day by day by day. Every time I see something of theirs go out there, it's like, ooh, look at that. Check that out. And whoever takes their promotional photographs as well is doing a bang-up job, because one of the reasons why I've never kind of jumped into 4-inch is because I've always felt like maybe the articulation and the possibilities with the articulation is a bit more limited compared to what you can do with a 6-inch figure, and the level of detail. And I just seem to be proven wrong over and over and over again. If you look at that Skeletron stuff that I was just looking at, these figures here, when you look at these, the Fresh Monkey Fiction, Eagle 4 stuff, I'm like, no, actually, they are just as articulated, or nearly just as articulated, and certainly as detailed with regards to sculpt details and paint applications and stuff, that, I might be in trouble. I can hear my wallet screaming from my coat jacket now. No! That's the downside, actually, just to have a little bit of a balanced view here, even though I'm finding these quite head-turning and eye-catching, just as I have done with the Skeletron, just as I have done with the Fresh Monkey Fiction. They are quite pricey. They're pretty pricey. When I think about the fact that these are currently being advertised for $24.99 off the top of my head, which is basically as much as what you would pay for a classified figure. Well, a little less, because I get my classified figures from independent importers here in the UK. I pay a bit more, but that's quite a lot of money for how much figure you're getting. It's kind of principally the same for me as it is with some of the more premium import lines at the 6-inch scale, like Mezco and SH Figure Arts. They look amazing, but I'm just like, I really can't go up to 70, 80, 90. Hot Toys, what are they, like 100, 110 quid or something? There's something to be weighed up in terms of value against the cost there. But when you look at the time, effort, energy, attention to detail that's going into them, I'm I'm consistently impressed with what I see. So we've got the Cobra Trooper, Gung Ho, Spirit, and Zartan there that have been recently announced, but there's also a Tiger Force Flint. There's the Baroness, which I talked about in a previous installment of these weekly updates. Who else? I think there's a Duke, isn't there? So yeah, there's enough characters now to really start fleshing out a nice display and a nice collection. Oh God, please help me, folks. Someone just say no, Chris. No, stop it. You're trying to buy Skeletron figures for double the price and 4-inch figures for as much as a 6-inch figure. Oh God, have a care. Have a care. How are you feeding your children? Just ask me those questions in the comments down below. Help me see sense. All right, well, let's move to my red bubble in the middle here. So some of you folks may or may not be aware, but it was the UK Toy Fair this week just gone, the midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. An industry-only fair, so general public, can't buy a ticket and just rock up. It was for... it's an industry convention where toy manufacturers, smaller toy manufacturers, advertise their wares and develop relationships with larger toy manufacturers, distributors, etc., etc. So you can get in, retailers can get in, distributors can get in, toy designers, etc. Although I did read that there was an influencer day, but I'm just not quite sure I could be considered a toy influencer. But hey, you can help me out with that because I know that like 70% of my viewers are not subscribed, so you can make me appear like more of an influencer if you want to hit that red button down below. It's very exciting. YouTube give you like a little firework explosion animation thing when you click subscribe now, and it's worth it just for that little endorphin hit there. So do it for that, if nothing else. But if you are also inclined, do it to help me become a toy influencer so I can get invites to the UK Toy Fair. But in any case, what that means is, because it's an industry fair, a lot of the booths are what they call clothes booths. They don't allow photographs, and they guard information being leaked out of the event quite closely. But I did see on one of the Discord groups that I belong to, one of the action figure Discord groups, this photo of the Jada Toys stand crop up. Apologies to the original source because... like I say, I picked it up on a Discord group. If you want to get in touch so I can credit you in the description down below, I'm more than happy for you to do so. But maybe you don't want to be credited so people know that you took a sneaky photo at a closed booth industry-only event. I don't know. But we can see in here the Wave 2 figures, the Ken, M. Bison and Dalsim there, which are due to start shipping, certainly in North America, any moment now, aren't they, I believe? I know that they were announced quite a while ago. I've been waiting because I want to get my hands on them. I think some people have got their Kens already, haven't they? Let me know in the comments down below if you've already got your Ken. But I'm really into this Street Fighter line, so Cammy's caught my eye over there. We've got Vega and Guile at the top here with little packaging reveals, and Blanca and what's his face, Sagat up in the top corner there. Although I saw another photo that was it was blurry, but it seemed to indicate that these ones across the top here, these 4 that I'm looking at right now, don't actually have the figures. They're just packaging reveals, and that they're just mock-ups of the figure inside the box. But there are obviously a row of figures here that are being displayed out on the shelf there with the accessories and stuff. So I'm hoping this is a positive sign, a strong indicator that not only Wave 2 will be shipping soon, but we'll be hearing more and getting more information about the Wave 3 release as well, because I would anticipate that maybe this pair, Cammy and what's his face? Jesus Christ, the light. I cannot remember names at all today, can I? What's his name? I'm not going to look it up this time because... it just makes more of an editing job on the video, but someone let me in the comments down below. As soon as I read it, I'll be like, yeah, of course that's his name. I know that's his name. Oh, I'm coming off the back of being ill, folks. That's what it is. However, Jada Toys, getting back to contract, coming in out the weeds. I've been very much in the weeds today. They're wonderful. I've got me Chun-Li and me Ryu just behind me here. Really enjoyable figures. The articulation is great. Just so... It's loose, but like silky loose in the way it's supposed to be. It's really wonderful. In fact, that Chun-Li, no word of a lie, just got the remote cam out there quickly. Look, that Chun-Li there has been on that one leg like that in a, about to kick someone's ass pose. Oh man, my hands are so shaky. I need to get a gimbal. has been like that for weeks now. Not toppled over, not fallen over. I've not come, back into the room and found her face first on the floor. Which is funny because I found my Henry Jones first face on the floor. The first face on the floor. Just the other day. So my Indiana Jones and his dad obviously had a Barney, but Chun-Li, she's been like that, standing on that one leg for about 2 weeks now, probably even longer. Incredible engineering in those figures. So, which takes me back to my point. So I'm very excited to see, figure reveals, actual figure reveals, not just with the Wave 2 that we fans of the line have been eagerly awaiting information about pre-ordering and shipping for, but also that we're getting to see more figures. There was some at Comic-Con recently as well, wasn't there? So it's all looking good. But to conclude, hey Jada, if you're watching, come on, man, get it. Let us know where we can buy it. Take my money. Just let me know where I can order this stuff and let me get it ordered and get it in my hand because I'm very, very excited about your Street Fighter 2 line. So, don't leave me hanging, man. Don't leave me hanging. And I reckon that'll do for news this week. But of course, if there's anything that I've not mentioned that you think I should be mentioning, or if you've got to know me a little bit over, being a part of the Mod Extra Games and Collectibles viewing community here on the channel, and you think, oh, Chris would be interested in that, then drop me a DM, track me down on Discord, or my Facebook, or my Insta, or my Twitter. In fact, Insta and Twitter are the best. I'll put the thing up in the corner of the screen here now so you know where to find me. Please do head to the comments down below, share your thoughts on any of those. Are you a Jada Street Fighter 2 line collector as well, and are you just as eagerly anticipating the new waves as me? Someone talked me down off the ledge on the 4-inch figures, or talked me into it. I don't know. Let's see. This could go either way, couldn't it? But let me know your opinion on those. I just love talking to you guys. So just let me know what you're thinking in the comments. I endeavour to reply to everyone as frequently as I can and in as timely a manner as I can. So you're more than welcome to do so. All right, great. Well, that'll do for now. Thank you very much for...
Listen to your friend Chris.
I really need a finisher one that says, thank you very much for listening to your friend Chris. It doesn't quite work at the end here now, does it? But thank you nonetheless. I'll see you around these parts again sometime soon. I hope you have a great day, everybody. Ta-da now.